Damn right. What is happening, troops? We are back with episode 2. We've got fucking 2. This is the second one. It's going to be in the bag. And we've got a fucking special guest today. A really special guest. Bit of a Scottish legend. He's been in the game for a little while now.
Wow, I didn't realize you were going to roast me from the get-go. Jesus.
Mate, I've got to get it out the way.
Special as well.
Yeah, special.
Yeah, my mum says that.
Yeah, very, very special guest. His name's Will Atkinson.
Oi.
Welcome to the podcast, mate. How you doing?
What like? What like
I'm
the
good.
day?
I'm good. We've shot the shit a little bit first. Like we've got it opened up. We've
Juices are flowing. The wheels are greased.
Yeah, they are greased. So, just to fucking get started off, mate. How you getting on? What's happening just now?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just sort of in between gigs at the moment, spending a lot of time in the studio, getting the summer sizzlers wrapped up for the festivals coming up. So yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, good, mate. It's been a lot of shit going on, like in terms of tunes wise, mate. Your output has been absolutely mental the past few months. Like I would say, 3 pretty much huge tunes getting huge rotation from DJs.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, with the output for sure, and it's like it's sort of a broad spectrum of sound as well. It's not just one sort of ticking one box. There's Big Bada Boom that came out and that was supported by people like Amelie Lenz, Maddox, Hardwell. So that really crossed over into like a whole different world of support, which is really cool.
Is that the first time you've had support from that like before?
I think that broader spectrum for sure. Yeah, which was really cool. And it's just like a hard, fast party record.
Yeah.
And like I love that. I love blurring the lines between genres, because we're all here just to have a good time and dance.
Party tunes, mate.
Get fucked up.
Yeah, mate,
sometimes.
Party tunes. It's the fucking Scottish. That's the Scottish running through your blood there, mate. Is like the fucking party tunes element of your tracks.
Bit of Geordie in my blood as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
My dad won't like that comment.
It's mental. We've had fucking 2 Geordies in here now. It's like there's a common denominator here.
I know.
But it's there's definitely a theme in the records. I'll tell you right now. Like when I first heard the tunes, like that as well as La 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 as well, I would say that like you've got this really, really perfect like I don't know, you've honed in on this perfect sound that does cross a lot of like you could see a bunch of different artists playing your tracks.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And that's what I love. That's when I grew up listening to music. It wasn't so every little genre in its box.
Yeah.
Like people like Jules they were playing everything from pumping house, French house to hard house to trance to everything. Yeah. And I'm just tapping into everything that I love when I was growing up. And it's good it's came back round.
So how did you get started like in like let's not say even producing, but let's say like where did your passion for music come from? Like, where did it start?
My mum basically told, because I was always like into weird obscure records.
Mums. Mums.
But like I remember being like 3 years old or 4 years old and like reel to reel I like to move it. Just apparently that just made me go mental. I was like 4 years old, just like tearing the sitting room up. And that's when my mum sort of seen that I'd had this sort of infatuation with dance music. And then she told me to start listening to Judge Jules, who was on Radio 1 back in the late 90s, 97, 98. Started listening to that. My first tape cassette was Paul Johnson, Get Down. So I was
that's a fucking pretty good starter, like.
Yeah, well this was in Orkney Island, so I'm in Woolies at the time.
Woolies, mate.
Trying to describe this song that I'd heard, this Dolly Parton, like Kenny Rogers, that's what Orkney's about. So they're trying to understand what I'm on about, but they managed to pull out this tape and it's Paul Johnson, Get Down. So that was my first purchase of a dance single. And then from there, I was just hooked. I would listen to Jules' show every Saturday, 5 p.m.
Did you ever record it on a
got
tape?
So many tapes.
I used to do that as well.
Yeah, so many tapes. So that was kind of my first sort of exposure to it, was through Mumsy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking shout out to Mum, like.
Yeah, shout out to Mum.
Big shout out to
She
Mum.
loved her disco in the 80s and the Nottingville Carnival and stuff. So I'm sure she's got a few skeletons in the closet that I don't want to know about.
Yeah.
she passed the torch.
Yeah, but do you know what? It's good. It's good that though, because that's obviously the founding sort of pieces of dance music is all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what would you say? Like, how did it move from you having like a passion in music to like actually producing? Like, what was the first bit of kit you got, and what was the kind of how did you go? Because Orkney, like you were saying, you were separated from all the rest of the shit.
Everyone. Yeah, no clubs, nothing.
No clubs.
We finally got a club in 2003, and it was Jules that opened it actually, and I managed to sneak me in, and we waited outside. It was a Wednesday night or something during the week, and I was going to bed, and Mum dragged me out of bed. She said, "No, we're going to go to the club. This is your chance to meet him."
No way.
So we stood outside for 3 hours with my little sister, our Dalmatian at the time, and my mum, and he came out the doors at 3 a.m. and he signed this white label, and I was just like, wow, that's unbelievable.
That's amazing.
So she's always just, pushed me, like, go that extra yard. But we're kind of digressing here. So how did I, what was the moment? What was the moment?
How did you get into, like, actually, like, obviously, a lot of the times it's DJing that comes first.
Yeah.
So you start DJing first and then you go, I actually want to make this type of music.
Yeah.
Was that the case with yourself?
Well, I got my first set of decks when I was about 8 or 9. It was just like, all-in-one CD. They didn't have a pitch. It was like more of like a wedding DJ.
Yeah.
And I'd put Gatecrasher CDs on, and I'd like shout to my mom, "Did you like that mix?" And she was like, "Was that you?" And it was like a pre-recorded mix, and I was like talking total bullshit. But
mate, already starting with the pre-recorded mix there, mate. I was like fucking getting the career
giving the game away already, Jesus.
Mate, I know, fuck's sake, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's those decks, mate. By the way, I used to use
pitch,
those back in
nothing,
the day. None, mate.
just a crossfade.
And sometimes you'd have an EQ.
Yeah.
So you could have a
there was an EQ in it.
Yeah.
But it was just train crash central.
Yeah.
Finally got a pair of Technics for my 12th birthday. I got a pair of SL 1210 Technics, and that's when I really started to learn beat matching and like
the basis,
the
mate.
basics. Yeah. And then I guess music production came a couple of years later when I was maybe 14. Well, no, I tell you a lie, because I was still. Do you remember you used to get Music 2000? It was a
on
PS1
PlayStation.
game.
Yeah.
I had that when I was like 8, 9 years old. I had Top of the Pops Mix Factory.
Yeah.
So it was drag and drop sampler stuff, but really basic.
That's the way it is now, mate.
But
that's the way it is now.
I know.
Splice has fucking done that.
Yeah, Splice BC. But that was kind of that got the wheels in motion. And then first bit of proper kit was probably Reason, Propeller Heads Reason, when I was 14.
Reason's cool.
Yeah.
Like with the virtual rack and all that.
Yeah,
it's actually quite.
There was some good stuff in there.
Yeah, it's good. It's kind of good practice for actually using a real studio. Like, in comparison to like Ableton, which is like, if you just use Ableton and go into a real studio, you're like, what the fuck?
Well, I don't know if it's changed now, but at the time you were like virtually wiring up the back of, like you're doing send returns with like, virtual cables and stuff. So I don't know if it's like that anymore.
And when you click them, they would like wobble.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that. I used Reason years ago, and it was like, it fucking freaked me out. I'll not lie. Ableton was a bit more of an easy curve for me to learn, but Reason's cool. Reason was cool.
Reason was cool.
Yeah,
that was my sort of entry point. And then I moved into Ableton, and I feel like a lot of people had the same. Sounds like you had the same route as well. But yeah, Reason gave me a lot of joy. I got my first Radio 1 play off a track I made on Reason. So like fond memories. Like
when was that? When were you? So when you started making the tunes on Reason and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was obviously back then would have been different entry point into like getting your tunes on Radio 1 and getting your tunes out to even getting your tunes out to DJs and stuff. How did you go about doing that?
Well, like I said, Jules opened up the only club in Orkney, and it was.
Is he from Orkney?
Judge Jules?
Yeah.
No, he's like London, like
Is
Radio
he London?
1 superstar.
I know.
I
know who he is. I know that he's actually an actual lawyer as well.
Yeah.
That's
his bread and butter now.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
It was Hannah that told me, and I went, fuck off. And she was like, no, he's a really good music lawyer.
So, and a Weird 360, this is jumping ahead, but in a Weird 360 sort of circle, he brokered the deal with Sony when I signed 2 times. So that was like a proper, 360 moment.
We'll get fucking right into that, mate. We're going to get right into that. I've got a field card for that.
So Jules basically played Orkney, and then he opened the club, and he came back a couple of years later. In 2004, 2005, I was 15, and he did an unders event.
Yeah.
And I went to it.
Yeah.
And it was like that, at that age, it's like school disco mentality. Like, no one's really, the J2O's not kicked in
They'd
yet.
all be on the fucking monsters.
Everyone's kind of on the edges of the dance floor. And I went straight into the dance floor because I knew every fucking track. I looked like such a geek.
Yeah.
Because I listened to his Radio 1 show every week.
Yeah.
And he called me up to the decks. He spotted me like having such a good time. He called me up, and I got to stand behind him, and like his brother was like getting me drinks to like Iron Brew and stuff, and like he gave me his email that night, and that was probably the biggest mistake he ever did, was to give me his email, because I just bombarded him with track after track, and they were shite. But he always got back to me. He always gave me feedback. Says it needs this, it needs that, and eventually skip forward to 2008. Or maybe end of 2007, I sent him a track called Perpetual Sunrise, which I'd made on Reason. And that was the first time he supported one of my tracks. It was a Tips for 2008 Radio 1 show. So like, you know, people that you watch.
Forthcoming,
who's going to sort of have a good year. And this was in his Radio 1 Tips for 2008 show. Yeah. And that got the ball rolling.
Did you shit yourself when you got did he tell you that he was going to do it?
He never told me. I always just looked at his track list. It was on, because he used to have track lists on the BBC Radio 1 website, and I would just always go onto the track list, because I think at that age I was going out with my mates and starting to like drink and stuff, so I wouldn't catch his shows, and I think his shows had been pushed back to a later time, so I'd check it the day after to see what had been played. And there's wee Billy Atkinson there, Perpetual Sunrise. I was like, are you kidding me?
That's class. Yeah. I bet you were fucking, obviously back then it wouldn't have been BBC Sounds either, so you'd have to try and get
I think they just brought in the iPlayer so you could listen back to the show. Good. It's like 2007, 2008. So it was maybe just a little bit beyond the days of taping the shows. Yeah. Still got loads of them tapes. And then that was when it really kick-started. I think he played another 10 of my tracks that year. One track, Cloud Surf, and he played 6 weeks in a row in 2008 on Radio 1. It was just crazy. And then he gave me my first gig as well. He invited me to play with him in Digital in Newcastle.
Yeah, that's a class club.
Amazing club.
Yeah, class club.
And like, I've got a lot of connections to Newcastle, so that obviously was even that there was such a special moment. And I played his Radio 1 show live in Newcastle, 2009, I think that was.
Yeah,
and that's when the sort of gig started and got my
ball got rolling, mate.
The ball got rolling.
Yeah, that's class.
All thanks to him. So.
Yeah, and do you know what? A big shout out to Radio 1, all the Radio 1 trips and that, because like obviously George's not there anymore, but like all the like I've seen that support as well, and it's incredible. Like what that can do for your career.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously not the same. Back then, somebody could get their tune played on Annie Mac's show and they would be touring for 12 months.
That's it.
It's different now.
Yeah.
But even that support, it gives you a bit more fire to like go, well, if they like it, then there's something fucking good going on here.
If you look at this resurgence of hard house trance and this new sound, he's on the Mount Rushmore. You know, his face is up there. Him, people like Fergie, the people that brought it to the masses in the 90s, that made it commercial.
Yeah.
And now it's enjoying this renaissance. So
and they're the Dons, obviously. They've got the best shit to say about it. They know. They've done it all before.
Yeah.
So I like Fergie's social media stuff, actually. I like him when he like runs through tracks.
Pick a tune.
Yeah, it's good. He comes across really well on it. So it's like, because I knew who he was before. I obviously, like where I'm from in Arbroath, like all these DJs they're fucking total like legends in Arbroath, mate. Like that's the sound that was like kind of super popular in Arbroath.
Yeah.
I mean, still is. Like that's why people like Hannah and all those folk kind of came from that area, you know, like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really aware of. I think I seen Fergie like fucking years ago.
Big ups to Fergie, man. Like between him and Jules were like my idols growing up, and like even Fergie played that club in Orkney, and he snuck me in that night. I was supposed to actually warm up for Fergie and do a under 18s event.
Yeah.
And I was gonna play that, and then he was gonna do the main event afterwards, but we didn't sell any tickets. It's like Orkney 2006.
Who the fuck knows what's going on?
What's Fergie? So what's a Fergie? So he snuck me into the main event, and he had me pouring in vodka cranberries, and he signed a record, Filterhead's Sunshine. I don't know if you know that.
I don't know.
Intech Records, which was obviously Carl Cox's label.
Yeah. Belter of a tune.
Unbelievable tune.
Yeah. Would you play it now?
I would play it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I played it a few years ago, and it still goes off.
Yeah. A lot of those tunes.
Pumping techno.
A lot of those tunes from that era, like I find myself
built to last.
Yeah, mate. A lot of them, you're like, how's that not made last year?
Yeah.
Like it's fucking mental.
Yeah.
Like I find as well, like when I've been like, because my rule is, it's like if it's had under 5K plays, then it's like relatively undiscovered, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd go into like now. Since last year, a lot of these tracks have completely went off because it's like people are doing the same thing. They're digging into the fucking archives and looking for the shit.
Yeah.
Damn right. So obviously with your come up and the way that you kind of got noticed as a DJ, how would you find it compares to like obviously what happens now in terms of like, I mean, obviously social media is a massive part to play in somebody's discovery now. How do you feel that your come up versus like the modern come up? How do you feel about that?
I mean, all it takes is a viral video now.
Yeah.
You don't need a body of work behind you anymore. You just need a viral moment, which I think it's exciting. You can tap into an audience so quickly, and you know, you didn't have that 10, 15 years ago. You wouldn't have that. But it's a funny one. So the music takes the hit now. I think the music's on the back seat, and now it's all about social media and like how do you brand yourself? How do you package it? How do you stand out? Yeah. And I think that's quite sad. I don't think it's as much about the music anymore. It's about
it does take away from the actual like
the feeling.
Yeah. Like people feel like it's, and then it also that I feel like it does show itself in like the people that are into it because they're not into it the song, they're into you like as a product or as a thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I do find it is a little bit like I agree with what you're saying. It's like it's a little bit of a shiter. But do you think there's pockets of people that do that are still like there for the music and there for?
I think so. Like you mentioned, you have people like Fergie and Fish Octagon, you know, exposing people to a sound from you know yesterday, and you know they've brought that back to life. So there's good work. There is good work being done. Yeah. But a lot of it's just brain rot shite. Like you're just like
it's mental.
Doom scrolling like 2 hours into a doom scroll, and you're like, what am I? This isn't what I set out to do. Like I feel like the innocence has been lost a little bit with music.
The discovery. I think that's one of my main things that I've noticed is that people don't have that hunger to discover and experience something new. Yeah, that's my experience anyway. I feel like that's been lost, and now they just want to experience something they already know is popular. Yeah, and it's like,
they just want that dopamine hit. Something they've seen a million times. Like that's that viral thing. Yeah. Let's get a quick video and that's it done. There's not. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I get it done from hearing something new. I can imagine you do too. Yeah, like when I hear something.
Yeah, when you hear something, think I'm going to be playing that for the next 6 months.
Exactly.
So how do you find new music? Like what?
YouTube's a good one. Do you know what I've been doing loads recently? Which is the most basic thing ever. Is that so? I bought a job lot of records from a place called Groucho's in Dundee when it closed. It was a record shop. Okay. Rest in peace, Groucho's. Yeah. And I have been going through those records. Like I've just bought a bunch of house, techno, trance, fucking hard dance. Like I'm not even into hard dance, but I bought just a fucking job lot. So I've got these records there, and I just go through them. Yeah. And listen to B-sides. And whenever I feel like I can't make a song, whatever.
All it takes is a 4-bar
loop.
Inspiration.
Mate, that's it.
And the track's finished.
And I've been ripping a lot of these tracks as well now and playing them. And like that, along with YouTube, I do like, I mean, obviously, the bottom of my pile of discovery would be TikTok. Like, it is still good to find new music and stuff that, and sometimes old music that people, you know, like has been not repurposed, but you know, somebody's brought to the forefront by using it on a sound or something.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, it's not linear anymore. Like anything can blow up at any time. So like a track that I've made 6 months ago could be the biggest track of my career, but I don't know it yet.
In 5 years' time.
In 5 years' time. Or next week. Yeah. Like it's just been used on some video by someone somewhere and it just blows the fuck up. And bizarre. It could be the one track I don't want it to be. That Sod's Law, that'll be the one that blows up.
And then you've got to play that for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like Ewan, like I've spoke to Ewan about this. Like I did a pod with Ewan a couple of years ago, and he was at the point where he was like, I am not playing Tell Me Something Good anymore. He's like, I'm fucking over it. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, like, and the where I'm at in my career, I think that I would actually be like, you know what, regardless of what track it is that I've put out, I'd be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just do it. Yeah. Like, how would you feel about like, you know, if something like that did happen, you put a track out as not as a joke, but you know, like if it's just like not a serious track, and then it blows up, and then you're like, I'm fucking trapped in playing this for the next fucking. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, people are paying money to see you play, and they're paying But whether you like it or not, they're paying money to see you play because of these tracks that you're making.
Yeah.
So if you're not playing them, then it's like going to a Guns N' Roses concert and they're not playing "Sweet Child of Mine." Like,
obviously,
what the fuck?
I'd be asking for my fucking money back.
Fucking right, you'd be causing it, like.
Yeah.
So it's like, not comparing myself to Guns N' Roses, but like,
I mean, a little bit.
Like, I'm a little bit bigger than Guns N' Roses. Nah, like, you know what I mean? It's like you've made these tracks, people have paid money to see it, so you've got to like cater to
perform
to your market.
Got to do it. You got to give
customers
the people,
always right.
You got to give the people what they want, mate.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
It's no, you're totally right. I've had this conversation with a few DJs and some of them are like, I don't care, and like they're like, whatever it is, like they'll just do it. But I do think it's like there's an artistic thing that we're like, artists don't want to be defined on one thing that they've ever done.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I guess it's like relative to different people, but like I do understand it. But there's part of me that would be like, if that was the defining point of the changing point of my career, not defining, the changing point of my career, then that would be, I wouldn't be bothered about playing it because I'd be like, fuck it. Or I'll redo it. I'll make an edit or something that fits with how I feel at that moment. Damn right. You have toured the world. You've played all over the place, mate.
Yeah,
right?
Blessed to do that.
Blessed. What would you say has been your favourite gig you've ever played?
I mean, it's just such an easy answer for me.
Yeah.
It's Mexico 2019.
Yeah.
A State of Trance. And it wasn't even the main stage, it was the second stage. And I turned up and I think I had a cigarette at the back of the stage, went up to see how it was looking, if it was filling up, and the place was like patchy. I was like, oh no. I'd heard such good things about Mexico, and last time I was there, I got food poisoning. It was the worst experience ever. So I thought, right,
where'd you get it from? Did you go somewhere to eat, like a wee place?
Not even. It was like some fucking cheese and ham toasty at like room service or something.
No.
And I was in bits for that whole weekend.
Worse.
Oh, awful. But that was going back 2000. Like, that was like 2012 or something. So this was my return. Put things right, and I heard great things about Mexico. So I was at the stage checking it out and seeing how it was filling up, and it was pretty patchy. Didn't look great. And I'd flew a camera crew and all that out to film the set, and I was like, oh my god. Just like see pound size going up in smoke.
Yeah.
I'm like,
get them in the front of the stage so they can't see the crowd. I know the script, mate. I've had to do that millions of times.
Green screen them, fuck it.
Yeah.
So my manager's actually playing before me, John Askew, legend. He's playing before me, and they're starting to fill up a little bit. And I thought, okay, this isn't so bad. And I go for another cigarette and get my stuff, walk on stage. Place is just fucking full. 10,000 people, like as far as the eye could see. I'm like,
no way. What was the time? What was the time?
I'm talking like 5-6 minutes, and there's like a stampede. You could see people running from the main tent, and like I was like, what's going on here? What the actual fuck's going on? Wow. And it was just like not one of the best gigs of my not the best gig of my career, but one of the best nights of my life. It was just like, when you're on your deathbed and say you can choose one moment. That would be in contention. It would be in a proper...
That's a done. That's a serious done. That's like... And obviously coming from the fact you thought, this is going to be fucking shite.
Yeah.
To like...
I think it was the mentality switch from going from there to like absolutely flying. And it was just like... You had them in the palm of your hand, and it was just like... Olays and just like...
Yeah.
Such a beautiful night.
Yeah.
And for me, that's going to be a tough one to top.
Yeah.
But like, why not? Like, it's not impossible.
No, I know, mate. There's plenty.
Because we've got that small matter of that thing in Dundee happening.
So. We'll get to that down the line. But damn right. How do you find touring and stuff? Do you find it a struggle, or do you cope with it well? Like, what's the?
I think, like we talked about when we were in the lift, it's finding that balance now.
Yeah,
and that's to do with 100% to do with getting older. Like, you can't be tearing it up every weekend, different cities, different time zones, getting home, jet lag, laundry, and back on a plane.
I feel like you're fucking telling me off here.
I know, don't do it again.
Yeah, you're like that. We can't do that, mate.
Well, I can't anyway. I know that much. I can't.
Me neither, man.
I've had my fun. And I dabble. I have a
There's
party.
Time and a place.
Time and a place. But it's not on the other side of the world when you're trying to get a flight the next day. And it's.
You had any mental moments like trying to fucking scrape yourself off the floor?
How long have you got? I mean, like Ibiza, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Ibiza, like to Argentina, that was just a disaster.
You flying directly from Ibiza to Argentina?
No, so I was supposed to fly back to Glasgow.
Okay.
Because I'd been in Ibiza for a week, which was supposed to be only 3 days, obviously. Turned into a week.
A week's a fucking shift, mate.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'd have been... No way, that's
brutal. Yeah, well, yeah, it was a disaster. So I basically was supposed to fly back to Glasgow to do laundry and then fly to Argentina. Anyway, I missed about 3 flights home. Ended up on a flight to Manchester with a bag full of sand and a pair of flip-flops on my feet. Like I was like supposed to be going to Argentina. Got to Manchester. Was going to try and get the train up to Glasgow to start my flight to Argentina. I was just all over the place.
Yeah.
And I missed my stop in Manchester back and forth about 3 times because I was like, I'd been partying so hard in Ibiza. So in the end, I ran out of time. Had to go straight down to Heathrow and explain to this woman in broken Spanish, like how my flight was supposed to leave Glasgow, but I'm in Heathrow now. I've been in Ibiza, blah, blah. Anyway, they gave me refuge, got me on the flight, and then I woke up in Buenos Aires, still got flip-flops on my feet. And it was just, that was like the moment I thought, wow, like that's... Need to dial it back a bit here, mate. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was madness. Just loads of shit like that.
Yeah.
Missing flights, spunking wages on new flights.
I know. You end up coming up the road with fuck all because you're like
paid to play.
I know.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. There's. Do you know what? It's to be fair. It's a common denominator with DJs because obviously it's part of the culture. Like like as much as I don't like saying it, it is part of what it is. Like, it's nightlife. So I mean, it's not always nightlife. It's sometimes all day and nightlife. But it's
week life.
Yeah, it's week life, mate, yeah. But it is part of it, mate. And it's like the amount. My story is Ibiza as well, man. Like last year, it was my first Ibiza gig, and I fucking nearly completely fucked it. Like. And like I've got a fucking 12-year-old son. I've got a dog. I've got a girlfriend. I've got a house. And I was out there. My girlfriend didn't come with me, and she was a little bit gutted that she wasn't coming. And I was playing at Ibiza Rocks, and I ended up going high afterwards. Ewan and Patrick Topham were playing there, and I just completely goosed it. Like I was like,
yeah.
I got out the taxi halfway back to my hotel and walked, like, I'm not joking, about 2 miles. Don't know why. The guy was like, you're far away from your hotel. And I was like, nah, fuck it, man. I'll just walk. And then I was like, my phone died. And I didn't know where I was going.
There we go.
The hotel basically woke me up. My girlfriend phoned the hotel to wake, because I wasn't answering my phone call.
Not, when the missus starts phoning hotels.
She phoned the hotel to wake me up, and they came and banged my door. And they were like, your girlfriend's on the phone. We've been trying to phone your room for the last hour. And I was like, fuck. And I paid this taxi driver like fucking like 60 euros. And I was like, mate, get me to the airport as soon as possible. And I managed to actually catch the flight.
Oh, so you made it.
But I was like, totally. Yeah. I was a normal person on a flight back from Ibiza, to be fair. But I was.
So you could say you failed the Ibiza assignment.
Yeah, I did.
You got your flight home.
Yeah, I mean, I made it. Got home, but it was.
But it shows you how quickly it can spiral.
Yeah, man. And it's because you're in the atmosphere and you're fucking like, you make decisions that you're like, you would never normally do. No. Like, it's so mental.
Yeah.
But it's like, so what's your thoughts on like obviously we just spoke about how we're kind of having to pick and choose our battles now a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on the change in that kind of element in terms of dance music culture? Like, do you feel like it's a general thing that a lot of people are moving in that direction, or?
Well, I think there's a culture shift happening, and it's maybe not the best thing, but I absolutely, if people have to look after their health 100%, but I'm sitting there thinking like, another gig I'm doing sober, and I'm thinking, that's good for me, pat on the back, I'm sober, but if that's me, I pure in a puff of smoke.
Yeah.
If that's me sober, and then, I wouldn't be in this club if I wasn't getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So then how does that translate to tickets?
Yeah.
People like...
The people in the audience, like, what are they experiencing?
Yeah. And like, I think that's having an impact on clubs shutting down. It's a different culture. People want to look after their health, that's good. But am I part of the problem? Because like, there's like, the noughties looked so messy. The 90s looked so messy. Everyone was just out partying. And that's kind of almost gave it that manic sort of magic.
Yeah.
But now it feels very, I don't know. It's a funny one. It's a strange one. I'm not sure.
It's a crux we're at the moment, I think, in terms of like, because I'm exactly with you. I'm like, well, I can't do it every fucking weekend.
No.
But then I don't expect.
You can't expect everyone else to do it every week.
No, they're not going to be out every weekend.
No.
But there is definitely, I mean, more so, I would say, I mean, I'm noticing it in Scotland, but when I've went further afield, I don't know, maybe you might have a different opinion because you've went even further afield, but in my gigs when I've went down to England, it's not really affecting England as much as it is affecting Scotland.
Okay.
I would say ticket sales wise.
Okay.
I think venues up in Scotland are struggling a little bit more than England.
Yeah.
I would say their nightlife seems to have kind of recovered a little bit quicker than Scotland has.
Yeah.
Post COVID and all that shit.
Yeah.
But you might have a different opinion. You might have seen it differently. I don't know if you've.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, we've lost a lot of great venues in Scotland, so maybe it's a bit of bad luck.
Yeah.
COVID obviously didn't help anyone. So, yeah, it's an interesting moment in time, I think.
Yeah. What do you think would be the remedy for this for venues, promoters? What do you think that they could probably do to kind of mitigate not just obviously the change in culture in terms of like not drinking, not partying and stuff, but also the change in like, you know, ticket sales.
Well, you've probably already seen it with these day parties and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
day parties are so, that's the thing now.
Yeah.
People can sort of go to these places, get up the road and before the babysitter has to leave, you know,
Yeah.
like that seems to be sort of what's happening now. So yeah, I guess that would be one thing.
I do feel like, I don't know what your opinion is on this, but like, I do feel like a lot of, there's a few handful of artists that soak up a lot of the sales. And this could be another thing as well. I know there's multiple reasons why, but it could be another thing about people just buying into the thing that they see the most.
Yeah.
And not actually taking a risk and going, I'm going to fucking go and see this DJ that I don't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that comes from a promoter perspective of they want to book people that they know is going to sell tickets.
Bums on seats.
Yeah, bums on seats. And I feel like there's no mid-tier anymore. It feels like either you're a rock star or you're kind of, you know, somewhere trying to get up there.
Yeah.
And I feel kind of stuck in between that. I'm not sure. It's a funny middle ground.
I'd say you're like at the top bitty. Like from a promoter point of view, like I would book you because I think you would sell tickets.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see what you're saying in terms of that mid tier. You know, the one where like a small 100, 200 club.
I think that existed before COVID.
Yeah,
I do, and I think now your Friday night bread and butter gigs, they're not as much. There's not as much out there.
Nah.
And those are the ones I like. I like, you know, like the Friday night in Nottingham or something like that. You know, those like when you road test these tracks and that's like you know, bringing it back to like, you know,
the clubby,
small sweaty clubs. I love that.
Yeah, right. You've released on some massive labels, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would be the biggest lesson you could take? Or you've obviously you've self-released and you've also released on big labels. What would be your takeaway or best advice you would give people that are on that path just now? Like, I know it's changed over the years.
Without sounding fucking boring and cliche, like, just make music that moves you, makes you move. Don't try and move other people. Just do it for yourself, and hopefully, you know, talent, art finds a way.
Yeah.
In the end, it
gets to the right people.
It gets to the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say, in terms of like, you know, nowadays it's so easy for you, or not just you, but like anybody to just have their music and put it out themselves and do it that way. Or would you say that it was still beneficial to kind of try and get it signed to a label?
I think, like TikTok, SoundCloud, they hold the keys now to a lot of these young producers that are blowing up.
Yeah.
And it's never been so easy to put your music in front of a global audience.
Yeah.
So I think going back to our what we were talking about, I think that is a positive with social media.
Yeah.
It's so easy to access hundreds of thousands, millions of listeners instantly. So I think that's amazing. I think labels are still obviously important, you know, getting it to the right people in radio and stuff like that. But like we say, I think music finds a way. The right music will find a way, regardless of what label, what format, what platform. It'll find its way.
Yeah. So just fucking keep doing it and get it out there.
Just get it out there.
Get it out there, mate.
Get the music out there.
Is that your process in making tunes? Or you don't get hung up on like the small bits?
That's probably something that I need to sort of implement more into my process.
Yeah.
Is just getting the track fucking finished.
Yeah.
Putting it out there, because I'm just
you get hung up on it a little bit.
So hung up, and then you just start listening to things that aren't even there, and just changing things, and like next thing you've spent another 4 hours EQing I don't know, fucking hi-hat. I'm like, what am I doing here? Like,
mate, fucking hell, it soaks up so much time.
Oh, mate.
It's the best thing that I ever did. Best thing I ever did was just like giving myself like a limit in days.
Yeah.
And go, right, I'm spending 3 days on this, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then if it's not finished, then I'm fucking on to the next.
Yeah.
Because I used to be like that when I first started making tunes a few years ago. It was just like, yeah, I can't fucking keep doing this. I
read somewhere, I think it's Duke Jamont has this 6 hour rule, like three lots of 6 hours, basically. 6 hours developing the idea.
Yeah.
6 hours, structuring it, carving out, and then 6 hours on the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
That seems like basically 3 sessions.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. That's fucking genius. That's
good. That's
solid advice, right?
Yeah.
You're honest to God, right?
Cut him out. That was
my
advice.
Yeah. Did we go that? It's like, no.
Well,
yeah. Your social media is my fucking bag, mate. It's my absolute favorite. You've some of the videos you've put up, right? Like obviously promoting your tunes and your obviously your career, right?
Yeah.
How are you feeling doing the social media game? Like, how are you feeling that you're having to? We've obviously touched on it a bit, but how do you feel about this necessary evil that you're kind of having to partake in?
Well, I love it and I hate it. Like, I get some fucking weird ideas in my head. I'm a bit fucked up, right? And like, and then sometimes I'll capture that on camera. And like, it'll be me going through a street on a fucking office chair, or whatever it is.
Mate, the forklift video is my favorite one.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We'll cut that into this thing.
Just it's me and my mate in the studio on the green screen, and
so funny, mate.
Yeah.
Like I was pissing myself with the fucking crumbs going on your head, and I was like, that is so good.
Well, we just got a bit of plywood, and he's like fucking
shaking
it off. Yeah, just like little things like that. And then we did the village hall rave.
Yeah.
And my manager stays in like a such a quintessentially English like village in Wiltshire.
Yeah.
Ramsbury. And he drafted in some of his family, his parents' friends, and they're like 78-year-olds and all that. So we got them in to do this village hall video where I'm on the decks, and it was promoting 2 times.
Yeah.
And the camera starts and it's on me, and it's like really shitty disco lights, like pound shop disco lights.
Yeah.
And then on the drop, the camera, zooms out, and it's like 6 people in a village hall, like just
chilling.
But like all the chairs are laid out.
Not a phone in sight though, mate. Not a phone in sight.
Yeah, everyone living in the moment. And yeah, that takes more time to prepare. I can't just do that off the fucking off the
cuff.
Off the cuff.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's fun. It is fun, but it can be exhausting. When promoters say, we need a video like this because that went viral. You need to do a video to promote this show in fucking, I don't know, Scunthorpe. And I'm like, racking my head, thinking, how am I gonna
Googling what is famous in Scunthorpe?
Yeah. What have I got to give this show, like, which is gonna go viral? I don't know. Like, that's where the pressure mounts.
Yeah.
And that's when I won't do it. If it's forced, I won't fucking do it.
Nah.
If it's like, it's a fun idea, because I've got a little notebook on my phone with all the stupid ideas, which I'll check, getting through them.
Yeah.
But like, I can't force it.
Nah.
Can't force it.
You can also tell, as like somebody absorbing that social media, you can tell if it's been forced.
Yeah.
You can always see, I can tell when like I'm not going to name drop, but there's a couple of artists doing social media at the moment, and you kind of go,
they just don't look comfortable doing it.
You've been told, you've been made to do this.
And it's a shame for them.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fucking idiot.
But it's bad, big artists. Artists.
Yeah.
It's like they've got a fucking gun to their head. And it's totally like, oh, you don't like this. You don't like this.
But it's uneasy to watch. It does make. But
part of it's funny though. I would watch it to go, they look fucking well.
Yeah.
Not into it.
Yeah.
So that's maybe the selling point a little bit on
Yeah.
it, but it is difficult watch. Like it's hard to see. But I mean, you're doing really well with that though, mate. Like you're honestly you're pushing the right buttons.
Like just to see me just being an idiot,
being
like,
a fan. It's good.
I am a fucking fan.
Yeah, me too, mate. Me too.
You know, so like if you can bring that across to people through your social media, because like you can ask any of my mates, they say, is he the same as? Yeah, he's absolutely
getting that vibe, mate.
He's gone.
Yeah.
So like I guess it's good to have an identity, not like, you know, build up this false online persona thing.
Totally. I think that's good. It gets your personality across. It's another selling point in terms of like, it does, again, we've said before, it does kind of take away from the music, but then look, if it gets more bums on seats to listen to your music and more eyes on you,
you've got to play the game now.
It is a necessary evil, and you kind of have to toe the line a little bit with it.
Yeah.
And it's also, I mean, I have conversations with other people like other people that are kind of maybe in the same lane as I am, and they go, how the fuck do you do them videos, or how do you do this video and that? And I'm like, well, you just can't be embarrassed about doing it.
No.
You've got to be like, you've got to take the piss at yourself, because you've
got to have thick skin for it as well.
Man.
Like we did we were promoting a show in Glasgow, which never happened in the end. Actually, it was when I had Victims was my brand, and then it all just got a little bit, the word victims and like lots of kids dying in clubs and stuff. Basically, let's
pull that back.
Yeah,
let's restructure that.
Maybe not the best, you know, and in the same place where it was happening. So we just thought, you know what, it's like maybe not the right time for that word. Victims.
It's a good shout.
Yeah, it was because that was my baby as well. I'd had a label, Victims Helpline, and signed some amazing records and did 2 amazing shows in Belfast. Hannah was on one, Maddox. But it just wasn't the right time and place. So anyway, we were doing this video, interviewing people in the street.
Yeah.
You know, you coming to Glasgow on whatever it was, 22nd of May, whatever it was. And, you know, just, you know, people with their tops off say, who the fuck are you? Get a proper job and all that. And like, it made it. Like, literally, the first guy we walked past was like some 50-year-old with like belly out saying, get a job, you fucking cunt. And like,
where did you do it?
Just around Glasgow.
Oh,
Glasgow City Centre.
Mate. Yeah. Mate,
you need thick skin for that.
Oh, fucking right. I've done street interviews before, and it's like, I mean, I did.
Get ready to be roasted. Like,
you're
roast alive.
I mean, I fucking like the way that I look as well. People are like, fucking what? And I'm like, you've got to just take it on the fucking chin. Yeah. But that's usually those are the ones that you get the fucking best bits.
But yeah, if you're the fucking if you're the butt end of the joke, and you can take it, that's gold.
Gold, mate. Damn right. Right, we're going to move into this. I'm fucking choking to hear about this, right? So I want you to tell me the situation with that fucking Dimitri Vegas and Stevie Aoki versus Will Atkinson. I want to hear how the idea started, obviously, for the track, and then where it went to, and then what transpired, right?
Okay. The
and then
full extended.
I want to know.
Full extended.
I want to know.
Uncut.
I want to hear the uncut version. I want to know, and let obviously the trips in the fucking podcast know.
Yeah. So 2 times, Anne Lee 2 times. Bought that on CD.
Absolute tune, by the way.
98, 97, 98. That just, you know, the pinnacle of that Euro dance fun sort of, you know, so cheesy, but
unreal.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Me too.
Finger Boys, all that gear.
Reminds me of like TGI Friday, TFI Friday. Sorry, that era.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, but it reminds me of like that. All those tunes that were coming out then. It reminds me of that era for some reason.
Yeah, happier times.
Yeah, mate.
Happy times.
Yeah.
So you know, I've always toyed with the idea of doing something like an edit, sort of a cheeky club edit, just for my sets.
Yeah.
And so I did it. So this is 2025. It came out last year. It blew up last summer, but I actually made the track the year before that, 2023.
Okay.
And posted a video on my TikTok, got slaughtered, like roasted.
Yeah.
Which, hence the name Roast Me Edit. That was the name. The original title was Will Atkinson Roast Me Edit.
Yeah.
I got like crucified.
You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But that's when I thought, right, there's something in this record.
Gonna work.
Because it's turning heads. I don't care what it does, it's doing something. And like, you know, because I've got one foot sort of pretty much entrenched in the trance world, and they don't like when if you step out of line.
Yeah.
And like it was just a lot of pissed off trance fans.
Yeah.
Just, what you
Why
made
have you
this?
done
You made
this?
this. Why have you done this? I was like, well, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna not make music that I want to make.
Yeah.
To please a minority.
And you're also playing it. It's not like you're making it and you're not going to play it.
I'm not going to
this
play
is
it.
for your sets.
You
as
know,
well.
I love trance. My heart will always be in trance.
Yeah.
But I was listening to this when I was 8, 9 years old. So
Yeah.
you can't tell me that I'm just jumping on something that I genuinely used to love this record.
Yeah.
I still do. So that was 2024, 23. Posted a clip. Didn't really do much. Fast forward 1 year.
Yeah.
September 2024.
Yeah.
August, actually, 2024. Played an event in Belfast called Fergie,
Okay.
which was on a Thursday night, outdoor. And it's basically, they build like bonfires and shit over there.
Yeah.
It's like deeply rooted to like all the trouble stuff.
Yeah.
They put on this free party to get kids off the street, which is amazing. It's an amazing thing they do. I didn't realize there's going to be 10,000 people at it though.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, on a Thursday night.
That's a good
It was like a Mexico moment.
Yeah.
Like it was like one of the Mexico moments. I walked out, it was like, wow, Thursday night. And like I'd sort of prepared for like a younger crowd. My set was 2 times was in this set.
Obviously.
It was like, it was kids, 15, 16,
Yeah,
17. And like, we're talking about how times have changed. Like they gave it some that night.
Yeah.
Like
The Irish crowd's fucking tits, by the way.
Yeah.
Like I would say, like obviously biased, but Scotland's pretty good.
Yeah.
But Ireland's akin. Like it's so similar. Like
it's rowdy. Like it's carnage. So
I love it.
Yeah, 2 times was in the set. That's 100%. Got to play it. Like this is the right gig to play it. Because I'd not really played it anywhere since I got that roasting. I was like, do I play
You're
it?
bottling it a little
I played
bit.
it in I did. I kind of shot it a wee bit.
Yeah.
I played it in Manchester, Victoria Warehouse. Didn't really do much. I thought, whatever. Didn't get any bottles thrown at me or anything like it,
so
but
it
like kind of got away with it.
Yeah.
But this felt like the right time to play it. And then I played it, and just as soon as it dropped into the fuck, that went upside down. Like the place went upside down.
Yeah.
Like people were screaming it. The video on TikTok, I think it's over 2 million now. But
Fucking
like,
hell,
it's
that's
just
good.
like it was just kids screaming it.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. Played it. The whole thing just blew up. Crazy. We got loads of labels trying to sign it.
Yeah.
And then the end we went with Sony, Relentless, through Sony Music.
Yeah.
We did the deal. Going back, it was Jules that brokered the deal. So that was just such a nice, such a nice sort of full circle. And like he still remembers me and stuff. So you know he got a really nice deal for me. We were
this was August, so August.
I think we're in September now.
September, right? So that's quite
24.
Good turnaround.
So
there. That's 4 weeks.
We're on course. We're flying. And we're getting release dates sorted and stuff. I think we're looking at like end of September to bring it out. Just try and catch the end of the summer. And then I get tagged in this video on Instagram. When all this lovely stuff's happening, I'm just like
you're rolling
cloud nine. It's just like this is amazing. And I get tagged in a video on Instagram, and it's on Dimitri Vegas's Instagram.
Yeah.
And they're playing Ushuaia. And I'm getting comments from my mates saying, "No way, they played your track."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, what?
How the fuck have they got
How have they got the track first?" They're buzzing for me. They're like, "Oh, mate, you seen this?" And I watched the video, and I was like, "Wait, that's not my version." But it's still got the bim bim, but like it's all the elements, all the color, all the sort of the mood from my remix. I'm like, what is this? And then loads of comments start popping up. I bring my management saying, what's going on here? I'm like, right, just monitor it, just keep an eye on it. It's fine. Like, and I'm like, I'm still buzzing, but in the back of my head, I'm like, it's
going to affect this.
Is that going to affect me? If they just sort of redone it just to sort of have a wee tool just to play in their sets. And then the whole thing snowballs, and they basically, it gets to the end of September, the track's about to come out, and we're in the 11th hour, the night before my cover was supposed to come out. We get a phone call from the lawyers, their lawyers, saying basically, under no circumstances do you release your version. We've made a deal with the rights holders. We've paid them X amount, God knows how much they paid them, to basically block my release from coming out, and even talk about my release not coming out. So I couldn't explain what was happening.
Fucking hell,
it was
really?
a gagging order, full on gag, 2-month gagging radius, and then theirs came out on the day that mine was supposed to come out. And ours actually made it on Spotify for 1 hour on that Friday morning.
Because of how late they would have given.
Because how late it was in the game. It was like, we're talking like,
it's hard to get.
I'd been in London popping champagne bottles in Sony HQ.
Yeah.
And I got the last flight up to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
It's at my girlfriend's house. And at 11 p.m. I got a text. Had an amazing day meeting all the team at Sony, shaking hands, signing the contract.
I mean, essentially that was the tune. That was the tune.
That was the moment.
Yeah.
To say, it's not good news. Your remix isn't going to be coming out tomorrow.
Fucking hell, man.
They've made a deal, and I don't know, because they played the rights holders. They'll hate me for saying this, but fuck them. They played us like a fiddle.
Yeah.
All the way. They things just, it slowed down. The last 2 weeks of September, things just slowed down with the comms back and forth slowed down, and that's when I thought, something's not right here. So I think basically they were playing us off each other to see
who could get more money.
Who could get it? It came down to money in the end.
It's always about money.
Always comes down to money. And so theirs came out on the day that.
How did you feel? How did you honestly? Because you were saying you were elated about the day and how good it was. How did you feel when you got the call?
I can't really put into words. I felt numb. I just felt like, wow, this is a big one to take. Like,
yeah.
But at the time, I think the adrenaline of it all was pushing me through it, thinking, we're going to find a solution. It's not the end of the world. Like, even if yours comes out next week. Mm-hmm. But this was before I knew there's a 2-month radius clause on the fucking thing. So then we were looking at other options. Could we get it resung? Could we get it? And there was no way around it. It was airtight.
Locked it down. Pricks.
Fucking for lack of a better word. Yeah.
I was holding back there when I was saying it enrages me, this shit, mate. It makes me really angry.
And do you know what? Like, so that was 2 months of just hell. It fucked me up. Like, I can't
even speak about it,
I
mate.
can't lie about it. I can't talk about it. And I'm getting messages every day, and it just looks unprofessional from our side that we haven't explained what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
The SoundCloud thing got taken down. That was at 500,000 streams. The whole arse fell out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god. But you know what? What they did wasn't illegal. It was just super dirty.
Yeah. It doesn't make it not wrong though, man.
No, morally fucked.
Yeah.
Morally fucked. But they played us like a fiddle, and it's just one of those lessons you one of those lessons you. I don't know if was there a lesson. I don't think there's even a lesson to learn in that. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't put your tunes on TikTok before they fucking blow up. That's like
that's
the only thing you can do.
How do you blow them up? How do they blow up?
You're playing the game.
So that was 2 months of silence, 2 months of not being able to say a word, and then we got to the deadline. The end of the clause. Date, the end of the clause was start of December, and that's when I could go public with it.
Yeah,
and
you did.
And I fucking did.
You fucking did, mate.
Yeah.
And when I seen that video, I'll tell you, I'm just hopping in right now. When I seen that video, I was like, fucking on you go, mate. Because I was like, this shit happens all the time.
And you know what? The scene's so nice and nobody wants to rub anyone up the wrong way.
Yeah. Because they're scared about opportunities they might miss from Stevie Aoki and Dimitri Vegas.
And do you know what? I'll probably never play Tomorrowland's ever again because I know they've got a heavy hand in.
Who cares?
The people that that book Tomorrowland's. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
To me, the truth had to be told, and that's the end of it.
You will. Like, they've got, there's a shelf, like, as much as I might be fucking up my opportunities, I don't give a fuck, right? There's a shelf life in stuff that's not genuine, mate. Yeah. And genuinely, if you keep doing the shit that you're doing, right? Just sorry to interrupt, but if you keep doing the shit that you're doing, mate, right? Which is genuine, you're putting out the stuff that you like, that was your idea as well, mate. And ideas are worth far more.
Yeah. And it's like a remix of a track, so people will say, "Well, it's not even his track."
Doesn't matter.
It was just a tool, right? It was a tool that blew. I didn't mean for it.
These are the things that change your career as well. These are the type of things that can change your career. Well, they're not going to change Dimitri Vegas and Stevie Aoki's career.
No, they just want a slice of the cake because they see something else. Yeah, excuse the pun. I'd love to cake that fucker. But like a slice of the cake, and they saw it, they took it, and that was it. And do you know what? Like, when I went public with it, the amount of messages I had from other wee guys, the same things happened to them.
Yep.
And I won't name them because, you know, it's not my
it's not your
place
to say.
to name them. But, you know, established artists, bedroom DJs, guys sort of middle of the ladder trying to get the same people have done that to them and their music. They've ripped them off. They've stole their idea. They've seen it on TikTok. They've got, I can't say it for fact, but I'm pretty sure they must have someone sitting on TikTok monitoring these viral spikes and then finding the track, finding the moment.
Because how the fuck would they have found that out off the blue? And they're not sitting doing that. They're popping fucking bottles and throwing fucking cake at people.
Yeah.
Honestly, it drives. You can probably tell my demeanor has probably changed here. It pisses me off, mate.
Yeah.
Because these people, right? As much as like, I'll be honest with you, I was a fan of Stevie Aoki back in the day when he brought out that first mix and it was all the Demac stuff and that. I was into it. I was like it. I was liking it. I wasn't really ever a fan of Dimitri Vegas, but there was a path that kind of Stevie Aoki carved, and it was a kind of cool little niche thing that he was doing for a wee while in LA and all that. But they've not got any original ideas, mate.
No,
they don't have an original idea between any of them.
No,
so it's like that's the thing. It's like they're biting other people's ideas, and it's fucking brutal, mate. Like especially throwing money at it. Like I ain't got shit, mate.
No,
I ain't got shit.
These are people that I don't know. They see they see opportunities and they just they're sharks. They've not came through the taping Radio 1 shows on tapes and all that. Maybe they have, but like I don't know.
They don't know the judge, mate. They don't know the fucking judge.
But that I don't know. It was a brutal couple of months, and the truth had to be told. And I don't care how many bridges I burn. Like I don't. To tell the truth, that meant more to me than some opportunity to play Tomorrowland or whatever that's been taken away from that.
You don't know. That's speculation in your own mind as well.
Yeah,
you don't know if the opportunity's been taken away, but we'll see.
Who knows? I wouldn't change a thing about it. And like it's just ironic that it's like the one tune I got roasted for was the one that blew up, but you can't choose these things. Yeah. So like
any press is good press, mate. That's how it works.
We go again, and it is what it is.
What would you say if you did get to meet them, bump into them in your travels? Potentially might happen.
I've thought this through so many times, and without any sort of obviously, I don't know. I don't know what I could say.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I'd even want to share anything. Like,
yeah.
I've said what I need to say.
Yeah. Good.
I don't want to spend any more energy on people like that, and if I came up to them face to face, I don't know. I don't know what I'd say. Yeah, that's the honest answer.
Rising above it, that's good, mate. Though.
Yeah,
it's and you've done it. You fucking came out. I was honestly, I loved that video. I was like, I shared it and like talked about it when I was sharing it and that, and I was just like, you know, to me, this is probably one of the biggest downsides to the social media game, to the way that this industry is now, is that you're like your ideas are worth as everything of your worth. Like your ideas and your creative like output is all ideas. And nowadays, obviously, with the way that people blow up and you know their careers become, you know, bigger, these ideas are kind of sacred a little bit. And I think that like, you know, once you've not got that anymore and you don't have obviously millions of dollars to throw at a track to put out, we don't have that. I think once that's gone, there's something really, really important missing from the music industry at that point. And then no protection in place for people like yourself. I think that's the worst bit. Like you could have fucking Judge Jules write you the contract and do all that, and to show you that the very last minute, the arts can fall out of it.
It's a hard business to run. It's a hard business, and I don't think there'll ever be a way around that.
Nah.
Money talks, and that's it.
Damn right. So the next 6 to 12 months, what's it looking like? Have you got any big collabs coming? Have you got any big gigs you're looking forward to apart from Doof?
Apart from Doof, lots of cool stuff just in Asia. Go back to the States, get my visa renewed, which is good.
Yeah.
There's a big backlog for that. So that should be just about ready for November by the time I get back out. Choking to get back out to the States, South America, Argentina, amazing. Love playing Argentina. Collab wise, working a few channels, but nothing confirmed. So, but but some interesting ideas, which
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx yet, but there's conversations happening. Something with Shaq, probably we'll do a second track. Me and Shaq did a track together.
He's fucking fun, like.
Tease off is not. I love his social media.
Like,
I finally found, like, you know, someone that, you know, like,
he's
on that
like you on
fucking level.
steroids.
Yeah.
The stuff that he does is mental.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's a lot of fun, mate. He's a lot of. We've booked him a couple of times in Dundee. He's such a fucking good lad.
Just a ball of energy, big ball of energy. Yeah.
Wee ball energy.
Wee ball, yeah.
Wee ball energy. Yeah, he's a good lad.
Yeah, so that's the crack. Yeah, more tunes, more gigs, and just
keep doing what you're doing, mate.
Yeah. Loving every moment still.
Mate, it's been a fucking pleasure.
Yeah,
to have you
thanks for
on. It's
having me
been a good chat.
Yeah.
Like it's funny meeting people, and for the first time you're like, let's go in depth about everything. It's
Yeah,
fucking
why
good.
not? Deep dive.
Yeah, man, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's been a total pleasure, and I will see you at Do From The Park.
Do From The Park.
Yeah, mate.
Can't actually
Good.
wait. Come
Cheers.
on.
Thank you so much. Damn right. Damn right.